Hi guys, I'm here to share a journal with you that I made for a friend of mine. She does not know that she's going to receive it. And this is our fifth and last time recording this journal. I bought the tripod, but for some reason I cannot get it in the proper spot to record. But anyway, here's my journal. It measures 7.5 by 9 1/8, which is not a traditional cut. That's just the size that I cut the book to. I don't know why. Excuse me. The pages measure 7 1/4 by 8 7/8. The paper that I used is primarily the Recollections Blossom and Bliss. I used a little bit of crepe paper in here, which will be the covers and some of the items inside. I used paper from my stash. That's either from paper stacks or just paper that I had in the room. So here we go, and I hope she likes it. So as usual, I had fun making it. I use my cinch to bind it. I think these are 1-inch binding rings. So, and the stamps that I used, there are too many in here. So after I stamped it, I thought about I should have recorded which stamps they were, but I did not. So if you have a question about which stamp it is or anything else in the book, please leave a comment and I'll try to find out for you, okay? So this is just paper from my stash. Journaling cards that I had in my stash that I need to use up. I believe these came from the Project Life, the box thing that they come in. I don't do Project Life, but I like the journaling cards, so I put these in here. A map from a travel book. It's Brussels. And this is paper, the office pads that you get that are just the white paper that are glued at the top. I ripped some pages off of there and just stamped on it. And this one, it says, age is an issue of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. Mark Twain. And that's a stamp for my stash. And like I said, we already recorded this, so one of these is open. I'm not going to open both of them. The butterflies are from Recollections. The stamps, what I did was I stamped it and embossed it, and then I went behind and sprayed the Tattered Angels spray on it. Let me get the color. Sorry, I'll be right back. It is it's Olive Vine, and that's what I used on her as Glimmer Mist. So and this one says Inspire, and this one says When the World Says Give Up, Hope Whispers, Try One More Time. So, and both of these do have either scrap paper or some type of tag in the inside. This is from the crepe paper collection. You could journal on the front and in the back. And this is a piece of scrap paper that was left over. It's plenty of room to write on here. It's bright enough where you can see it once you've written on it. And these are just envelopes that I made from the scrap paper that was left over. And this is paper from a thrift store. And what I did is I actually stamped on this side. I used the archival ink. Sorry guys, hold on. Yep, the Wendy Vecchi archival ink. But it bled through to this side. The stamp has a little bit more detail than this. It looks okay, but I don't like that it bled through. So I don't know if it's the paper or what happened, but I'll be trying it again. So, and this is a card that I received in a rack. This is from the crepe paper collection. It had one sheet that had a bunch of tags that you can cut out, so I cut the tags out. You can journal on that. And I received this in a rack. It's just a plain card, and this is cut out from the same crepe paper line. And this stamp says Age to Perfection. And I try to incorporate a few fibers in here. I'm not a big fiber person, so I use them sporadically throughout the book, not everywhere. This is a shipping tag. It's the same, no, it's not that same ink. I forget which one. It's a Memento ink. I stamped a fern on the shipping tag. I put a piece of ribbon from my desk tray on it. You can journal on the front and the back of it. This is a paint sample from Walmart. I just covered the back, give her some place to journal, and I use washi tape on the bottom of it. This is one of those tags from the $1.50 spot at Michael's. I sprayed it with the same Glimmer Mist. Recollections flower, and these were things that were just sitting on my desk in a tray. I have like things that I don't use in a journal. I'll stick it in there and hope to use it in the next journal. So this is a piece of tulle that I folded behind. It has a ribbon and a piece of fiber in the back of it, and I glued that down and I folded up to make a pocket right here. This is from the Michael's. This was truly when it was the dollar spot. So this is a card. It comes out. There's a piece of glue on there, sorry. And the only thing I did was I cut a slit in the paper. Well, before I cut the slit, if you take just some Scotch tape and you're just trying to make the cuts thicker where you're going to cut the paper. So I put maybe 4 or 5 pieces of Scotch tape on the back of it. Then I put them together and I just cut through. And this slides in here. And on the back of it, this is the envelope that the card goes to. She can actually use it to mail off. This is another journaling card, and this is from my stash. I believe I got it from Peachy Cheap a while ago. And another place to journal, and I just made a little tuck spot right here. Another piece of scrap paper. I put some washi tape on it, and it says Friends by Choice. There's actually another piece that goes at the top of here, so I covered it up because I didn't want it to show through. Oh, it says Siblings by something, Friends by Choice. So I just wanted the Friends by Choice part on there. And that's just notebook paper. And it says, Miss you all the time. And now that I realize it, my 12 is upside down, but it's okay. And this is actually 2 stamps. It says, Home is where you park it. I think this is a $1 stamp. I don't know what that one is, but it's from my stash. Ticket to Happiness. And I made a pocket. I'm not going to say a name because I don't want to give the wrong person credit, but there was a tutorial on YouTube of how to make this pocket by folding the 12 by 12 sheet of paper, and that's what I did. So these are more of those little cuts from the crepe paper. This is a piece that was left over. I had sprayed it, and the other pieces in the book, but that's a piece to journal on. And this is a piece of scrap paper also. So, and you actually have a pocket there, a pocket here. You could put a large tag in here, and on the back there's another pocket. And I stamp classified here, and here's the other pocket right here. So that gives her a little bit of room to add whatever she wants to add into the book. And it says, For with God, nothing shall be impossible. Luke 1:37. And I like this paper. I got it from Staples a while ago. I'm going to say maybe 3 or 4 years ago. It was in their clearance section, but I like it because it's a heavier notebook paper, but it has designs on it. So this is from the same one. There's this one. I think it comes in a pink and a green color also. So this is from the Jelly Bean pocket die. I put a tag right here and put a piece of trim right there. And I used washi tape to hold it down because it seemed like it wanted to lift up. And this is a piece of paper that was in my stash. I don't know where I got it from. And I made just a crisscross band right here. She can stick some tags in here, whatever she wants to. It says, Live today, remember it tomorrow. And this is from, I want to say the Project Life, but I'm not 100% sure. This is from Tuesday morning. I bought a pack of paper, and it probably had 20 of these sheets in here, and I cut them down. I've used them in other journals. I still have a few more to use up. So another journaling card, guest check, another stamp. It says Think Big, some ledger paper, and the stamp says Laugh, and this is actually how it stamps out. I thought that was kind of weird, but that's how it is. So, and this is from an old book that I tore apart. I'm going to use the cover in another journal. And the book is titled The Purple Stocking. So, and that's a stamp. And I used some burlap. I think this is burlap. I forget what it's called, to make a pocket. And I layered a Recollections die cut on top of it. And I stuck some journaling cards in there. I need to go back and fix this one, so I'm going to leave it out. And this one I stamped love on. It's from the Blossom and Bliss paper stack. More paper for journaling. That's from the Crate paper also. And this is a Flux game. I've never played it, but I got the cards from a thrift store, so I'll put that in there. Another journaling spot. And this I just punched, used my circle punched and punched out 2 holes, glued them together, and I stapled this tag on here. And I got a roll of these tags from the Scrapbook Expo, so I just put that on there. And there's another journaling card, and I think this was wrapped a gift to me, so I put that in there also. And these are just strips that were left over from the paper. I just put some fiber on it. A time card. When I punched it with the cinch, I was off a little bit, but I still wanted to use it in here. And it has a little bit of stamping on the bottom. You can still write on it. And another journaling card. So, and this is a pocket that I made. I just folded up the paper. Butterfly punch. A pocket. This is, what is this? Oh, I have a box of French words. It's a huge box. I got it from the thrift store, so I put some of those in here. There's one of them. Some journaling cards, and I backed this one on a piece of cardstock. And this says, have a great day. A heart punch. I put 3 of those behind here and used some bling from my stash. And I stamped right here. A piece of ephemera that I got when I went to go pay the water bill. The event had already occurred, and they had a whole stack of these, so I took a handful of them. And I gessoed on the back so you can still write where the write on this part. So, and I also used some of my new the paints. I can't think of it, but I had to paint it because there was so much writing on the back that you wouldn't have been able to write. So I painted it, and then I put white gesso on top of it. And this is one of the paper clips that I made, and I just stuck a tag behind it and stamped on the bottom. And this I got a book from the thrift store, so I made a copy of this page and I put it in here. I think the book is called Bad Girls, and it's not really about being bad, but it's making you go beyond your comfort zone of things you normally do or would not do. So I put that in the book also. And this is from the calendar of the beginning of the year. They were on clearance, so I put this in here. You can actually put a post-it note on here because the surface is slit. More scrap paper, and I stamped a watering can on it with some flowers. Just put a little tag in there. And this is the same thing. This is actually tracing paper, and again, this one is archival ink, but it still bled through, and it actually filled in. There should be some white space in here, and it filled it in, but I still left it in there. And this one says positive, gracious, thankful. Well, it says be positive, gracious, thankful, creative, happy, and cheerful. And this is K & Company banner. This is from the first mini album that I ever tried to make. I'm going to say maybe 5 or 6 years ago. That's how long I've had this paper. So I tore it apart because I never completed it. I glued it down to make a pocket. Put this on top because I thought the colors coordinated with this piece very well. So, and some more journaling spots. And this is from the Michael's Dollar Bin also. This is from the Crate Paper collection. And this one says, have a beautiful day. Just more paper. That's a dollar stamp. And I have to put something here. I got a glue splotch on it. So, and this one says, life is fragile, handle with prayer. This is not a pocket, but I just adhered this paper to it to try to use up some of the paper that I had. And another paper clip that I made. And I just put some tags behind it. more right here. This is a download from Pinterest, and these are from the paper collection also. So I'll put those back in there. A butterfly using the Martha Stewart Butterfly Punch. News flash stamp. And I have a box of these from the thrift store. I just stamped on it at Mid-One. And it's good to be queen. I agree. This is from a brainstorm book that I have. Just some trivia that she can do. And I like having these in the journal. If you take your books to an appointment or something, you have something to write, look at, or do. I know I didn't put a puzzle piece in here, and I normally do. But this is a trivia. I couldn't even figure it out, so maybe she can. And I put some Post-it notes on here to let her know that that's what that's for. And I stamped friend on here. I missed a tiny piece right there, but it's okay. And another, this is a piece from the same place where I pay my water bill at. I put a doily on here, use my circle punch, and then the punch right here to cover up the center. And these are some journaling cards. This one says notes. And another paint sample from Walmart, and I backed it with some paper. Let me put this back in here. And I used the same spray again, just to drop some dots on there. And this one, okay, it's you're invited to the 2014, what is it, Biennial Quilt and Tea Festival, now featuring the vintage, I'm trying to read upside down, I'm sorry, Marketplace. Sorry about that, guys. And this is dry erase board, dry erase paper, so you can write on here with a dry erase marker and then wipe it off. A little tuck spot. I don't know where this came from. It was in my stash. This is from the Crate Paper collection. I just cut it out. And this was in my stash too, so I just stuffed that in there. And I made a pocket. And this just has some scrap paper in it. And I did not distress anything really. Some pages may have sprays, but nothing is really distressed where it looks vintage. I wanted to keep it kind of brightly colored. So another calendar page. And these are tags that I made to go in here. This is from the scrap paper that was left over. And I really like this paper, so. And some more tags. So plenty of places to write. And this was in my stash. I don't know if it's a card front or back, but I used it in the journal. So, and it says Dare to Dream. Another copy of the Bad Girl page. So hopefully she'll fill it out and use it. So another stamp, and again it bled through, which makes it kind of cool because I didn't intend for it to do that, but that's what it did. I don't know, maybe the paper is too thin, I don't know. So this one, it says Totally Fabulous, and that's the back of that one. Tear out from the comics, Peanuts comic strip book. Paper for writing. Pocket. And I didn't want to lose space in the pocket, so what I did is I used a piece of scrap paper from this sheet right here and glued it to the pocket and punched it, so that way you still have the whole size of the bag. So these are just some tags in here. And then on the back there's a few more. I just folded up the bottom of it and stuff these inside. Okay. And this one says, don't forget to be completely, absolutely awesome every day. And that's actually 2 stamps that I did. More paper. Time is precious. Waste it wisely. More of the teddy bear paper. And it says with love. This is from a Reader's Digest book. I like the image, so I used it in there. And this is for adding photos, or if you want to put a journaling card in there, you can do that. I think it opens. It opens, but I never remember what side it opens from. It's right here on this side. More trivia paper. Haha. What is the value of X? I don't know. So stamp the letter A on that one. I made a pocket again using some scrap paper. Another Michael's paint card. And this is just pieces that was left over. And a journaling card. These are Post-its. They come off, so she can use these wherever she wants to on different pages. Post-it notes. This is a page out of the Tiffany's catalog. And again, more Post-it notes. The bird stamp from Michael's. More crepe paper. I'm going to go a little bit quicker because I think this is getting really long. Another pocket. And I had a lot of these little bitty pieces. So I put it, this is a pocket back here. So I put a piece of tracing paper on top just to hold these little pieces inside. And these are more journaling tickets. This is more of the French one. And the Project Life cards. So, and I can't read that upside down, so sorry. Hope you guys can see it. So. And this was from my stash. I think I must have got this from the Goodwill or something, because this really is not my style of paper to do anything with. So this one says capture every moment. That's a Michael's stamp also. And this is an envelope that I made. Sorry, I put a piece of lace where that glue is. And you can stick things on the inside of it. So there's this tag. I stamped and embossed on it. And you can write on the back of it. I don't think you'll be able to write too well where the embossing is. So a little envelope. Excuse me. And that's all that's in that pocket. Oh, I'm sorry. And another journaling card. Okay. This is stamped Key to My Heart. And I stamped something and I laid the paper on there. And it kind of transferred on here, but I left it anyway. It's a journal, so. And it says, always do right. This will gratify some people and astonish the rest. So, and this was a piece of a card. I tore the backing off of it and made a pocket. So you have journaling cards in here. This is a piece of scrap paper that was left over. Some journaling cards. Now, I want to say these are crepe paper because some of them match the paper that was used in the book. Another photo sleeve. And this one opens at the top. And I put an index card and another journaling card in there. It says, be yourself. Nobody does it better. That's a Michael stamp. And a bird using a Michael stamp. And this was my second try at this envelope. The first time I had did my embossing and glue paint on the back, and when I went to heat it, my window crinkled up, so I had to toss it and start over. So this time I just dry embossed it. So and this does not come out. It says it's what you see, and I thought it was kind of cool because it's right through the window. And inside I just have a tag, Delaware, but you can put things in the envelope though, and it's just a regular business envelope. And it says, always keep your head, your heels, and your standards high. Another stamp. It's either, this one is either from Michael's or Joann's. I can't remember. It says, unlock your dreams and explore your new reality. And a little pocket right here. And I keep having a problem with this one. And this one has lots of little tags in it, if I can get them out. So, and these I have on a roll. The next video I'll try to remember to record them because they're pretty cool. And these are just pieces that were cut from that ephemera sheet. And then some little tickets. And you can journal on these. If say you have to jot somebody a note or a number or something, this is the perfect size to do that. So, and I used the button punch to make a little closure for it. And this paper, I think I was trying to copy onto another piece, but it didn't turn out right. But you can still write on it, so I didn't want to throw it away. And you can see I stenciled on the back of there. So, and again, the button to close it. Journaling card. This is, I had requested some samples of some paper, and this is what they sent me. So I used the front, it looks like a postcard, and on the back, I backed it with some paper so she can write on it. And you just put that in there. And close it back down. It's a pocket using the envelope punch board. And it said, friends are kind to each other's hopes. They cherish each other's dreams. And a journaling spot. And this is, again, probably have 1,000 of these left. From Tuesday morning, when you buy the pack and it has maybe 20 of one of the same image in there, that's one of those. So, and it says the best journeys are not always in straight lines. And this is a piece of phone message paper. So, and this one says hallelujah. And this one is actually a piece of vintage music paper that I Mod Podged a napkin onto, and I used some Lindy Stamp Gang sprays on here and a little bit of the Liquitex iridescent medium to glue it down. And this is from my desk, the little tray that I was telling you about that I keep the scraps in. I wanted to put that behind there. I used a brad and some Recollections flowers on there that kind of coordinate with the color of the page. And this I gessoed so you can write on it where the gesso is. And this says there's no place like home. There's a pocket here, but I forgot to put something in it, so I'll have to find something to put in there. And it says, life is a coin. You can spend it only... you can spend it... Let me turn it, I'm sorry. Life is a coin. You can spend it any way you wish, but you can only spend it once. So, and I took a paper clip. This is actually a pocket. And there's some journaling cards in here and a puzzle piece. And I used some ribbon and this I want to say is K & Company. It's from their pack. I'm not 100% sure, so. And then another stamp. And then 10 finest 10 smile ever. This is from an ideas book, those old books, so I cut that out, and then I made a pocket on the back. This, I don't know, I think I got it from the Goodwill. It's a chipboard piece, just a piece of scrap paper, and a postcard that I stamped on the back of, and you can see it kind of bleeding through a little bit. It might be that brand of ink, I don't know, because this postcard paper is kind of thick, so I don't know why it's bleeding through. So this is from a calendar page. So is this one. And this is from a left-handed book, and it has a little saying right there. Hope you guys can see it. It's kind of hard for me to read it upside down, so. But all the book actually opens from the opposite side as if you were a right-handed person, so I thought that was pretty cool. And this is the last page. I took a glassine envelope, and this is a piece of scrap paper that was left over. I just folded it in half and stuck it in there. She can write on there. And I put washi tape to hold it on. And it flips out. That's a stamp on there. Another saying at the bottom. And the last page is another photo pocket. I put a card with an envelope in there. She can actually use it and send it to someone. And a piece of scrap paper, and this is the back of the book, and it says this book belongs to. This is from the Crepe Paper collection, and this is my back cover. So hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please leave them, and have a great day.